Today's world is full of science and technology, comforts and convenience. This is what is modern world is all about. Why the science and technology is needed and growing so much faster? Yes, it is needed because we want more and more comforts and conveniences in our life, day-to-day life. For that we need. In olden days, we used to walk very long miles and miles together to reach a place. There, the time consumption was much more, and the conveyance of the messages and the informations was so difficult. But today, with the help of the modern science and technology, we have overcome all the difficulties and we are able to reach to a particular point to point in a very shorter time. So thereby we could be able to do a lot of things in this modern world. Of course it is needed, yeah. And moreover, the disease part of it, of course, there were times we are unable to know what is the kind of disease we are affected by. Today, with the help of the medical science improvement and all these things, we could be able to find out in no minute, what is the disease the man is suffering from. It is needed from the health point of view and the information point of view, and also the conveyance and many things, because the world is so vast, and today it has converged to the level of a village level. The whole world has become village. Yes, these comforts are needed as far as the physical point of convenience is concerned. And of course for mental point is also it is very good, and intellectual point is also it is very convenient, the modern science and technology. Now the question is, in what way it is helpful for our self-growth, personal growth? That is the important question we have to think about in this moment. Of course, for self-growth, for self-improvement, or to reaching of the self point and centering point, all these things, spirituality, we have to think twice about this science and technology, in what way it is going to help and all. And still the olden methods are going to help for this, for spirituality. And the science and technology is not helping much more for this point of spirituality, except in the physical level and mental level and intellectual level, of course. So the spirituality means something beyond the physical level, the mental level and intellectual level. What is more beyond these levels of these things? And what is the use of this science and technology? This is a question everyone, especially the youngsters, are asking themselves. And today, unfortunately, most of the youngsters are thinking that today the world is so fast and so modernized, and what is the use of spirituality? In what way it is going to help for me, like that. And they also think the modern improvement will satisfy me. It may give happiness for me and all these things. These are all false ideas. With the help of the modern technology and science, man cannot be fulfilled. It is impossible. It may look like man can be absolutely satisfied with all the comforts and all. It is only very temporary, it is very superficial. For example, we are going to buy a modern thing. The modern thing may be helpful, maybe may give a happiness, a temporary happiness, maybe a day or a two, or the maximum a month, or a maximum a year. After that, we are fed up with that thing. We start looking for some other new thing, new object. So what I am trying to convey is that objects can never satisfy a person. One must register this statement, and we have to meditate upon this point continuously. Then only we will know. Happiness is something related to the inner, not to the external thing. It may look like, but it is not. So we have to follow the traditional thing, in the sense Our rishis, our yogis, our jnanis have given a beautiful map how to achieve it, how to walk on this, how to make it travel, so that we can find our permanent happiness. Whatever we call happiness out of objects, out of the science and technology, is only absolutely a temporary point of view. It won't give any permanent happiness. But our rishis and jnanis and yogis and our scriptures also continuously telling one thing, that man's nature is bliss. Bliss means a continuous happiness. That is a very nature. So when it is the very nature, how can you search from other? How can you seek from the object world? It's impossible. Because you are continuously in a tensed manner, the mind gives a false idea that when I get a new thing, new object, new thing, it gives a temporary relaxation of the mind, the tensed mind, that we call happiness. Exactly, that is not happiness. A temporary relaxation of the mind. But the point is, we can be relaxed 24 hours. We can be relaxed throughout our life. Because relaxation is our very nature. But by and by, as a child, we were enjoying that relaxation. By and by, when you grow older and older, slowly, we develop a kind of tension around us. Out of the tension, when you find a new thing, you are little relaxed temporarily. So, it's a false idea. Objects can satisfy us and fulfill us. The only point is that we have to follow the path of spirituality. Spirituality means finding the inner, finding the root, finding the source. There are ways and means to do the exercise, and we can learn through a proper guru only.